Welcome to an incomplete guide to personal growth. We invite you to take a breath and take a listen to our podcast that explores the wonder, humor, challenges, and sometimes those self-inflicted wounds on the journey of personal growth.
Our weekly podcast conversations include stories, resources, and tools that you can incorporate into your daily life. We're the mother-daughter duo of Sydney West
and Kelly Arundel.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Sydney.
How are you?
I'm doing well today.
It is New Year's Eve.
That we're
officially.
Yes, officially.
And this episode comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe other podcasters would skip this week.
Oh no.
But as we've heard, if in your first few years you can't skip. You gotta keep going.
You gotta keep going.
So we're pushing.
So we're
through.
keeping going.
And so I wanted to talk about everybody celebrates differently, I feel like I'm already sadly, and you are, at the age where we don't do anything.
Some people just go all out. I just am this paranoid person about being on the road with drunk drivers.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's just my paranoia.
No, I get
so you stay in and do what you do.
Yeah.
I have gone to other people's houses and done stuff, but usually it's not too far from my own home because we're all in the neighborhood.
It's like in town,
thing.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. Growing up, it wasn't that big of a deal.
No.
Or I guess not. I don't remember much.
I think I made it one growing up. Because, the main story that I remember from my grandparents on my grandpa is the one time I spent New Year's Eve with them. I guess either you guys had something
they
or
were
you were
babysitting because we were out.
Oh, you did do something.
Yeah, we were out.
And the ball dropped in New York. And
yeah,
it's 12 a.m. there, but it's 11 p.m. Central Time. And so they're like, oh, it's time. And I'm like, no. And they're like, what do you mean? And I was like, we have another hour. I was like, I was young, but I still knew this. They were
You were in elementary school.
And I made them stay up another hour.
That's
so funny.
true.
And then I know one New Year's Eve I went to the Stars game because Dad sang.
Was fun.
That was fun because he sang the national anthem. Canada, one of the two.
Probably
he sang
both.
One or the other.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was good. That was cool. And then, maybe a couple times. Even in college, I was usually here.
Yeah, and we're duds.
A little bit, but that's okay. And I don't know. And it's like I went maybe right after I graduated and we had New Year's Eve on our own. And I went out, but it was nothing ever crazy.
Right.
And then, I don't know. Sometimes I watch the people, on TV at the parties and stuff. I'm like, that'd be cool and fun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, but then you just be stuck there all night. What if you want to go home?
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
I know.
Everybody has their ways of celebrating.
Yeah.
Playing games and doing stuff is fine with me.
Did you ever have any crazy?
Oh, you don't ask that.
Yes.
Obviously. Yeah. Well, I've had a few, but I do remember one. We were in high school and a friend of mine, her family took me, we all went to Vail.
Oh, cool.
And
probably before it was cool.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And that was a long time ago. And I don't know where, somehow we were drinking. Mm-hmm. And then we tried to ski the next day and it was awful.
Oh, no.
I just remember, who got you these passes? Okay. That's all I remember. That's what I remember.
Bunny Hill the whole time. That's all you got to do.
It was a rough day.
That's a rough day.
I do recall.
Oh, my gosh.
So have safe.
Funny. Yes.
Have safe.
Yes, safe New Year's
Eve.
New
Year's Eve.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. And if you don't, you
Yeah.
don't feel well the next day, then rest.
Rest up.
Yes.
Watching those football games.
Yeah, that's right. So we're going to talk about resolutions, but not resolutions.
Not resolutions.
Not resolutions. So first, Mom kind of took on my job this time. She
researched
all of this history, and it's pretty interesting on resolutions.
Yeah, the Babylonians 4,000 years ago are said to be the first people to make New Year's resolutions. Mm-hmm. They used to hold celebrated celebrations
gods,
in the New Year, but it was during March actually.
Yeah,
when they were planting.
plans. Yeah.
Right. And so that's when their New Year's was.
That's cool.
And that's when they would
Make promises to the gods, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
right. And then Julius Caesar, I didn't had similar practice in Rome.
Well,
but he tinkered with the calendar.
He did. He's the Roman god who, not god, sorry, Roman emperor who, changed up the calendar. Like he made January, Janus, that was the start, and like the Augustus comes from that, and then like he basically redid the whole calendar.
Exactly. And then
and their resolutions came by making promises to the god Janus.
Yes.
For January.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
And then the early Christians, the first day of the new year became traditional occasion to look at the past year and look forward to the new year. And I know growing up in the United Methodist Church, we would have a covenant service the first Sunday.
You really would? I literally have never had... Unless I was
you just
too little.
were there, you just didn't know it.
Okay.
But they had a covenant service, a renewal service. It's kind of like a renewal of your faith, your baptism, whatever it may. They do different things. Yeah. Most commonly held on New Year's Eve, but really most of the time it was
just the first Sunday.
The first Sunday of Advent.
And you're not going to represent. Thank you, John Wesley. Represent Methodism.
Yes.
He started that in the 1740s.
Cool dude.
Yes.
Yeah, he really,
and then. And watch night services? Didn't you have some?
Yeah, we had some watch night services too.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. We had a.
So what, do you just stay up all night?
No, they were just very late.
Okay.
On New Year's Eve,
okay.
Kind of like instead of going to a party. I guess.
That's funny.
No, I didn't go to many, but yeah, we had, that was a thing too. Yeah.
Cool. So that's kind of the history a little bit.
A little bit of info about it. Yes. And, so, why I guess, when you think about the new year, do you have a question? No. When you think about the new year, it's just that time of an ending of a year and a beginning. Yeah. And so it's kind of natural when something ends to reflect on it. Yeah. Well, kind of natural, I think.
Kind of natural.
And then, to start looking to the new, to go, what would I like different this year?
Yes. I kind of like the March idea when everything's coming back out,
Yeah.
It almost feels more natural.
Yeah.
I found, maybe this was from your info, I don't know, but 45% of, people, I'm guessing Americans, make resolutions, but only 8% actually achieve whatever goal that they set for themselves. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Forbes, I was looking up and we'll put this on. Forbes had Forbes Health had a article about it. 62% say they feel pressured to set New Year's resolutions. I think that pressure comes from people asking.
Yeah,
what's yours? And I'm like, and that feels like a cop out. You say, I'm not making one.
Yes,
but and 48% of the people say improving fitness is a top priority.
Yeah.
So there's some kind of physical or mental, and 20% say they keep themselves accountable when it comes to sticking to their goals of that.
Okay.
Massive drop. But, so the priorities are a diet program, number 1, gym membership, number 2, habit tracking app.
Oh. Yeah.
I wouldn't dare. So anyway.
What's the fourth? Was it only 3?
Then they have a diet and calorie app.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, meditation app is another one people use for the new year.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. So I think I looked kind of into this a little bit. It's like, why are resolutions hard to keep? Why? I think, online, one of the things they said was you can have a resolution that's too big. It's too big of a scope. Like just saying, well, I want to be healthier. But what does that mean? Like your whole health, all of it? And then another one is there's usually not a why behind it. There's a should. And you're not a fan of shoulds.
Correct.
But it's like, so people will say, well, I should do this. It's like, but do you really want to? Is that you have to have like an inner why that drives you.
That drives it, yeah.
And then the last thing that I kind of found is people aren't ready for the change. Like they're not. ready to change anything,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. And I think that's interesting. We'll look at some of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I think I've got like some tips at the end, but I'd like to hear what is, because you're not a fan of the word even resolution. You don't like it. So what
I just
is
am
the
not.
alternative?
I don't know about an alternative word. And this is what I found in reading, and I think that's true. When a resolution is so big and so long, it sounds like so long
It's a big
term,
scope, yeah.
right? And that just, it gets overwhelming.
Yeah.
And again, the why behind it, and we'll come into that a little bit. But one of the things that I think this is a great idea in Psychology Today, they were talking about tackling one and done, and they call them tolerations, whatever, one and done rather than large goal.
Okay.
One and done. And maybe there's one closet in my house
Yeah.
that I want to get cleaned out. Oh, that's
manageable. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And that's something that you're doing. Why do I want to do that? Because I know there's stuff in there I need to give away, or there's things, whatever it may be, whatever reason. There's a why behind it, and so you do it. And then small things. I need to schedule a dentist appointment or a doctor, whatever it is that you've been putting off. Why? Because it will help. My health is important to me.
Yeah. I like
Unsubscribing to all those stupid emails that come.
Oh my God.
We always hate them, and
all I do
if you
is
sat and
delete.
did it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Right. So the New Year's, it always represents a new start, but it's that old mailbox thing. I run one mailbox at a time.
Yes.
If I looked at the whole neighborhood to run through, it would be ridiculous for me.
Yeah.
So you start it one at a time, one small step, and I think that's New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
The ones that I feel people are successful at are usually those that have small increments of goals.
Yeah.
And, because you can say your health is important. Okay, what aspect? What do you want to change?
Yeah, what specifically?
If I hate running, or if I hate going to the gym, but my New Year's resolution is to go to the gym,
do you think you're going to go?
why am I saying that's my resolution? Well, because I want to do something so I feel
Moving,
healthier or movement or whatever that is. Okay, well, what are other options that would be realistic for me?
Yeah, and don't just like go with the general.
That's what it is, and so it to me, again, it's putting it down to little pieces.
I like that.
Yeah.
And then, so what do you think about like people being ready for the change?
Ready for the change. I thought this was an interesting quote. Success begins when the pain of not changing is greater than the pain of changing.
Yeah.
There's
pain in staying the same, and there's pain in change too.
And change. Yeah. But when the pain of not changing gets too big, the discomfort, the whatever it is with yourself, to go, this is too great. It's time.
Yeah,
I've got to change. And again, that's when the increments come in.
Yes, yeah.
I cannot do it all at once. So what chunk of it am I going to start?
Yeah. I like that. I think too, do you think there's some merit in like even before the year starts or like before whenever you decide, it could be February, doesn't matter. Yeah. About mentally getting ready for a change?
Yeah. I think there is. I think there's, excuse me, there's a reflection part of it.
Yeah.
Is because the discomfort doesn't come in a day. It's been creeping up. So why not think about what it is that's been creeping up? Let's say that, I need to spend more time with family. Yeah. Or I need to spend more time with friends. That's been building, hasn't it? Yeah. So what is it? Do I want to spend more time sitting on the couch watching TV with family? What is it that I'm missing with the family? I'm missing some fun outdoor experiences. Oh, okay. So maybe we go on walks. Maybe we go play tennis. Maybe we go an experiential thing that's building memories. Yeah. Versus, okay, I'm here. Yes. Or I'm going to make a commitment. I don't know what work schedules are. Yeah. to be able to show up at dinner time.
Right.
I'm going to make a commitment that we'll eat whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But,
it's like building up this intentionality behind it.
Because if there's not that behind it, it just...
Yeah. I will say, too, you could almost start to visualize. And visualization is such a powerful tool.
It really
and there's
is.
been a lot of studies on it. Like, it makes a difference in whether or not people achieve things in their lives. And so you could visualize, okay, let's say sometimes making it to dinner with the family on time is hard. Yeah. Well, what does that look like? Okay, let me look at the clock in my head. Okay, so maybe it's a little sooner that I'm leaving from work. I'm going to make that work. And then, okay, it's me driving home, and then it's me. It's like, and then you can envision yourself saying, it's like you have to, it takes intentionality. And I think that initial work is really difficult and can seem like a lot. But I think once you put it in, then when you actually do it, it's like, well, now you're just making a new habit. Now it'll become second nature.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. That visualization is a very strong thing.
Yeah.
Just imagining it, not questioning it. This is what I'm going to do, and you think about it, and you see it, and then the day comes, and you just do it.
Yeah, or there's a thing. Maybe you want to be stronger, and it's like you can literally visualize yourself, picking up something heavy or whatever it is at the gym, or anything that you want to accomplish. Visualize yourself like that.
Right, right. I mean, they say that, and so I heard a story about. I was talking to somebody one time. They were talking about golfing.
Oh yeah.
And it's the idea of hitting it straight. And if somebody plants the idea of don't hit the tree,
you're gonna hit the freaking tree.
You focus on the tree because that's a lot. And it's like, so focus on what you want to focus on.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Like
it's like, well, don't focus on the failure. Like, what if you failed? That doesn't matter. Visualization is all about what does success look like.
And it's okay, this is somebody once told me this, right?
Okay.
They were happen. This is a woman that used to sit with Psalm 139 all the time, and she said, she would do that, and she was wondering what her meditation time was doing. Is this my waste of time? But then she realized, oh, well, it's changing me little by little. I normally would have gone to this negative place.
Yeah.
It took me longer. I didn't go there so quickly. Or when I did go there, I was quicker to get out of it. And I think that's what, when we talk about new things.
Yeah.
It's not about perfection.
Yeah.
It's about, small improvement. I showed up. I wasn't as present as I wanted to be at the dinner table because I was still thinking about work, but I was at the dinner table.
Yes.
All right, what will it be tomorrow if I come home with a question to ask? Okay, then I'll be engaged, and that will be my focus. So it's small things.
Yeah. But they can make a big difference.
They do,
and we've said that a lot.
It's building. Well,
I know. I know. I'm just saying the podcast in general. We've said that it's like the little, little things make a big.
Things. That makes a big difference. Then suddenly it's this big thing.
Yes. Yeah. So I think, if you want to do. I don't know what the other term other than resolution is. You didn't really give it to me.
I don't have a new term. I have some people that do words. They come up with an idea or a word. They do some prep work, and I've got some notes. Okay, so maybe something will come to us as we're talking.
Okay.
So one of the things is, before the new year or whenever you're going to set this, reflect on the past year.
Okay.
What were my stresses? What stressed me? What accomplishments did I achieve?
Yeah.
What is a void or a hole that I'm feeling or need that I'm feeling? What were some of the highlights? Are there hobbies that I wanted to do and didn't? Or are there hobbies that I enjoyed? What are those? And then just kind of write some words on a paper or board, whatever you do, and just kind of reflect on those. Okay.
Okay.
And then something may come of, oh, I want a pottery class.
Yeah.
I've missed it. Whatever that may be. So then you also, after you've done that, kind of have some words down, reflect on your values and intentions. Maybe you reflect on your relationships, coming to the table, that type of thing. Work or your physical health, lifestyle changes, hobbies, milestones that may be coming up, and think about this coming year. What do I want from this?
Yeah.
What is it? And then you look at those two boards and those words and see if there is a word: anticipation, openness.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of other words and I just went blank. But, things of growth in this area. Maybe it's piano. Maybe I want to learn piano. Maybe I want to be kinder. Maybe I want to be gentler. And that may be with myself.
Yeah.
Or others. I want, and everybody else says they want to be more patient. Well, we all do.
I know.
And that may be a real thing. But, there's a variety of things that can come up.
Yeah.
That, this is what I want. I want, open.
I like
to new things.
I almost feel like
open to friendships, open.
Yeah, it's like New Year's meditations or something.
Yeah, it's and what they do though. This is the word for the year.
What's the word for the year?
Whatever word you come up with.
Oh, okay.
So you hold on to that, and maybe you write it in places that you're going to see it. When you open your phone, and maybe put a reminder in your phone app thing that in 2 months I'm going to look at this and see.
Yeah.
Oh,
have I changed? Or
wow, I didn't realize that I was that I was being. I keep using the word open, more open to what comes my way.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was being gentler with myself or with others, but I am because I remember this event and. Where I would have reacted and thought, oh, Kelly, you should have done better. You didn't do that. You said, wow.
That's good.
What are you going to do next?
You might need to record like a New Year's meditation.
Yeah.
Or something. Where you can like encourage people to figure out what their word is. Yeah.
I have a couple friends that do this.
Really? That's cool.
And their word for the year is or whatever it may be.
That's interesting.
And then they keep it the whole year and see how it changes their lives.
Yeah.
It's a daily thing, and one thing may lead to another.
Right, right.
If I'm my word open to new, that may be, oh gosh, I have this opportunity. I'm going to be open to that.
Yeah.
At work.
Yeah.
Or a relationship. Or a new hobby, whatever it may be, that comes our way.
That's
I'm
cool.
going to try to be open to that.
I like it. And I think too, like that can encourage like the manageable pieces that we were talking. It's like breaking it up into small things.
Right, because it's for the year slowly.
Yeah, so you have so much time,
and it's there's I don't know. I just
and then that also is like that you're developing it from such an inner place.
It comes from deep, right?
Yeah. So it's something that you're more likely to follow through with. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And that's also like time that you've taken to prepare your mindset.
Yeah.
Change and stuff.
There you go. This is what's your New Year's resolution? I don't have one, but I have an intentional word. Or I have an intention.
Intention, yes.
Because that's what it is. I intend. I really.
Yeah. I intend
it's for yourself.
Yeah, it has to be made for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how you want to feel different.
Yeah, that's what
I like it. I don't have anything yet because now I've just heard of this new method of following this intention. So I'm going to have to do that and then come up with my intention for the year.
I mean, if it doesn't start till February or March, so be it. Every day is a day to start, in my book. So, and I think that's the other reason I have a hard time with this huge thing because that can be my resolution, but life throws me something else.
Yeah.
And it just throws me a curveball. But if I have an intention and a word, no matter what life throws me, that it's coming from my internal, so that's what I want to live into it. If I need to live into life with gentleness, then whatever life throws me,
you'll be gentle.
Gentle with myself, with others, if that so be it. What? So you can use that with whatever life throws your way.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
So hopefully all of our listeners will be setting their New Year's intentions, and you can let us know if you come up with something.
Yeah,
we'd love to hear about it. And so then it'll be the new year. We're still planning that out, but it's almost a year. We'll have our 1 year episode. Woo!
That's good. That's good.
It'll be great. But yeah, and so definitely, if you have an intention, then please share it with us. If you have topics that you'd like us to explore, in this next year, we'd love to, give you what you want and, come up and help you with your own personal self-growth. Yeah.
So we look forward to next week and next year when we take a breath and take a listen.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of An Incomplete Guide to Personal Growth. There are many ways you can stay connected. Follow us on Instagram at An Incomplete Guide Podcast, where you can sign up for our email list and get posts that delve deeper into our weekly topics. Make sure to subscribe to our podcast page wherever you listen to your podcasts. We would really appreciate a rating and sharing us with your family and friends.
We're so glad you chose to spend your time with us and hope there was a thought, a resource, or a laugh that you can take on your journey. We'll be here every Tuesday for you to take a breath and take a listen.